Ian, iwrocker. How you going, mate? Yeah, about to see you. Haven't seen you about a year. Hey, listen, you didn't answer that one question on that quiz. M-U-T, mutt. It's a five-letter town. It's a T-U-M-U-T. Tumut. It's right next door there, the Gunda guy with a dog on the tucker box. Yeah, anyway. Hey, listen, there's a guy sitting in the room here with me, and guess where he comes from? He comes from Gunda guy, and he used to live in Tumut. Just say hello.
Hello,
And where are you from?
I'm the guy.
He's from Gunda guy. And tell him about the dog on the tucker box.
Yeah, the big monument, the 5 mile.
Well, there you go. At 5 mile.
Yeah,
What's 5 mile?
5 miles from Gundagai.
Oh, there you go. So it's 5 miles from Gunda guy. There you go. Hey, got a quizzy question for you. Oh, God, he says not bloody Mr. Hominoid again. Right, what is a hominoid? There you go, that's an easy one. What is a hominoid? So where do I get my name from? And it puts our mate, that American from, I think he's South Carolina or North Carolina, Mr. Beast. And even he heard about me. And he even wrote me a message there one day, and he said, "You chose a better name than me, calling myself Mr. Beast, by calling yourself Mr. Hominoid, because technically Mr. Beast is calling himself an animal. So what is a hominoid? Can you answer that without Googling it? Have a guess what a hominoid is. And if you don't know, go look in the mirror." Okay. By the way, I was up at Bathurst, the last two Bathurst 1000s, and I sent you over a postcard from Bathurst. But anyway, what quiz question can I give you? Let me think. Right, referring to your old favourite town of Murwillumbah, said as, in English, Murwillumbah, as Aboriginal you would say Murwillumbah, meaning land of the possums, and come sit by my campfire, my meeting place, which you got right. Right next door to Murwillumbah, where Finding Bigfoot went to, there is a mountain called Mount Warning. Captain Cook come along, and why did he name it Mount Warning? Because Captain Cook, while sailing his boat, took a left turn instead of taking a right turn while heading north. So then he had to chuck a U-turn and come back around, and he said, "Oh, look at that big knob on top of the mountain." He said, "That's where I should have turned right instead of turning left, so I'm going to call that Mount Warning." And why was it named Mount Warning? Captain Cook is in a boat. He's looking to his left and he sees a big mountain, and he names it Mount Warning with a big knob on it, which is pointing to the east. And it's also at the most easterly point of Australia. What is the town at the most easterly point of Australia? You should know it by now with all the videos you've done on Australia. It's famous for surfing. It was famous for whale harvesting. And it's also got the only solar-powered train in the world, which I also was part of creating it way back in 2006 when I did the disused railway line inspection. That's right, the solar-powered train. It is the only one in the world that totally runs on sunlight. Right, so Mount Warning. Why was it named Mount Warning? Because it was the beginning of what? From Captain Cook. There you go. Right, okay, now I'll pause it. There you go. You pause the video. Next one. There is a town directly east of Mount Warning called Pottsville, named after a guy called Potts. Now, also, you would have studied the Coca-Cola sign of King's Cross in Sydney. Next door to that is a suburb called Potts Point. Same spelling, Potts, Point. And then you got Pottsville. And then to the west of Sydney, in the city of Sydney, is a suburb of Bankstown and Lidcombe. And there is a suburb called Potts Hill, Hill. Why was Potts' name in 3 places on the east coast of Sydney? I'll let you have a think about it. Why would a governor, Macquarie or Phillip, let a guy name a town after him? Pottsville, Potts Hill, and Potts Point. Okay, I'll let you Google up, see who Potts was. But I can tell you who Potts was. Potts was the great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather to my father's mother. And her name was Dorothy Potts. There you go. So Dorothy Potts, right, is my father's mother, and he was given a land grant. Now Potts then chucked in Potts Point, and he went west out to Mudgee, out the west, out there towards Bathurst. Now you know Bathurst, right? He went out there hunting gold. He found a huge, great big nugget of gold at a town called what? Starting with S. There you go. So, just for the record, Ian, I am part of the First Fleet, First Colony family tree. Yes, Pottsville, Potts Point, Potts Hill, and the Mudgee and the Bathurst area. And my real surname is all throughout the Bathurst area, with a house up the road from the Bathurst racetrack at Mount Panorama. Anyway, so Ian, Mount Warning is the beginning of what on the east coast of Australia? What is the name of the most easterly point town on the east coast of Australia? Or what is the name of the town at the most easterly point of Australia? And don't go saying the island out the coast over there with the big pine trees on it. And Potts, what was he? Who was this guy called Potts? What did he do? Have a look. See, mate. All the best, mate. You going to have a VB for me? See you later from Mr. Hominoid. Happy New Year for 2023.